Hey guys, Martin here. Another We're Still Here going into the the log. I recording this around 7:30 in the morning, and I just wanted to talk a little bit because I've been thinking about some things, as you tend to do when you're alone in the morning. I'm trying to be quiet so people can still get some sleep. I know I don't usually scream in these videos. I'm not like, I have feelings and listen to them. But I just wanted to be maybe a little bit courteous. But yeah, this is We're Still Here. I guess looking back on things, I never would have thought I would have done a vlog of any sort before. I never thought that I would put myself on camera talking and, doing all the typical things you expect from a blog. And obviously this isn't your typical, vlog. It's not your typical series of video updates from a person. It's a series about depression, and it's a series about my depression and your depression. It's a series about just trying to deal with that. I never would have thought that I would have talked about that on a wide scale, so to speak. But I never thought that I would have talked about anything on a wide scale. I never thought that I would open myself up to other people this way. And that's not due to depression. That's due to the fact that I just never believed in myself the way I do now. I owe a lot of people a lot of things, but one of the main things I owe is I owe you guys for giving me I wouldn't say confidence, but the faith to be able to do this and to be able to talk openly about this. I wouldn't have considered doing this because I didn't have the support and the backing and the love in my life that I know that I do. Depression makes it easier to ignore. That's I guess that's the connection there, is that I never would have, up until this past year, I never would have tried a lot of the things that I wanted to do really strongly. I've wanted to talk openly about this very big problem that I'm having in terms of, my emotional well-being. But I've also wanted to do things like I started making the Mark remark, and I get a lot out of that. I'm currently working on one right now. That's why I'm up so early, because I just couldn't. I was restless. But depression was keeping those out of my reach, keeping the ability to do that. And that's what it does. It makes you, numb to passion and numb to, it makes you second guess yourself. Makes you wonder if anyone would care. And what's up, mozzarella? What I'm saying is that I went out on a bit of a limb when I started making We're Still Here, because for all I knew, this could interest nobody. And even some of you who don't deal with the things that I'm dealing with responded very strongly to it. And without the support of you guys, I wouldn't have the faith in myself to continue or to even... Oh, hello? But yeah, without you guys, I just wouldn't have been able to do this. And obviously, it shouldn't take, the support of thousands of people to get you to actually do what you want to do, but that's the kind of fight we're dealing with here, isn't it? It's easy to ignore support. It's easy to ignore that people are there for you until they're completely gone. One of the things that I find depression does to me is it makes me want to shrink into myself. It makes me want to make the whole world around me shrink with me. I want my whole social circle to become like a dot, so to speak. I don't know if that is something you feel. I wanted people to stop caring, I guess. It's easier said than done. There are people who will just unconditionally support you no matter what. And it's easy to try and pretend that they're not there and pretend that, that nobody believes in you, because if you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else? I was doing a stream. I was doing my Patreon stream, because obviously we have a Patreon now. And one of the things I do is I do like a monthly stream where I get a bunch of the people who donated over $5 into a Twitch thing, and we just hang out. And this past time, I didn't have anything prepared. Not that I usually have like a big spiel, like I don't rehearse for them. I didn't have anything specific to do. I just sat down and started talking with them, and I expected to see one by one each one of them leave, but everybody stayed, and everybody was very engaged by it, and there wasn't really anything to it except me just talking, and you know, I sat down and I wrote a song parody while we were in the stream, and people really got into it, and I believed that it was going to be the most boring thing and people would just give up, and be like, this isn't worth the money I paid. And it reminded me, every time I tell myself, well, this isn't going to work, or this is just a bad idea, or this is just me, wasting everybody else's time. Most of the vast majority of the time, if not all the time, that's not true. A lot of people, who don't care about the subject matter of these videos would say I'm wasting my time, or that, I'm making a bigger deal out of nothing. And I am doing a lot better than I was. I'm not as, I don't want to say I'm not as depressed, but I don't think I am feeling the effects of depression as much as I was, and that's tremendous. I'm really excited about that. But I don't think these videos will ever be a waste of time, because it's something I believe in, and other people believe in them. And that right there is a really powerful thing. Like the fact that other people care, period, is incredible. And it's going to be hard for you to see that, because I guarantee you there are people out there that do care about you and that want you to be okay, including me. I mean, I may not know you on a personal level, but I guarantee you there are people who do, who, if they knew what that you were going through, would be 100% in support of you being better or just okay. And that's, don't ever take that for granted. Don't ever take that for granted. Don't ever forget that there is another human being, there is another mind wandering this planet that thinks about you and spends, even a minute of their waking hours just hoping that you're okay. And that's really a big deal. Even if you don't know them as well as, like, say, a family member, and whatever you're going through with your family, and obviously not everybody has the perfect family life, and some families are abusive, unfortunately. There are going to be people who aren't like that. There are going to be people who care. There are going to be people in your life that don't want you to hurt anymore. I've seen it. I've seen it in person. I've felt it. I've felt it for other people. I've wanted to take significant time out of my day to make sure somebody's doing okay. And I'm sure you felt it. And the fact that you felt it means that you deserve to be okay, whatever it takes. I mean, this is my way of dealing with it. Obviously, yours isn't going to be the same as mine. But the fact that there are people who are willing to wait and watch and will you to be okay means that, maybe one day we will be. But it's almost enough that people want that. It's almost enough that somebody wants that. Support is hard to come by. Support, like direct support, is hard to come by, but I think we're all supporting each other in a way. Like the fact that you're watching this right now means that you're willing to support somebody, and obviously that means the world to me. I just wish there were a way of showing everybody how much we all support each other, because it's easy for me to say this because I have like these videos and I have the YouTube comments to read and the Patreon streams and everything, but it's harder to demonstrate it to somebody who feels completely alone. And even with the stuff that I have, I feel completely alone sometimes. But that's nothing compared to people who are legitimately, like, isolated emotionally. But I want you to take some time. I want you to take some time this week to appreciate the fact that by watching this, you had faith in another person, in doing as much as that, you deserve to have faith in yourself. And you deserve the same support. Even if it's just you supporting yourself right now, eventually there will be others. I always say therapy is a great solution, or it's a great way of dealing with this. But if you're not into that, I understand if you're not ready for that. But there are people who are willing to support. There are communities. And there are just people in your life, I guarantee it, who would make the time and the effort to tell you what you mean to them. And to just think about you from time to time. And like I said, that's a big deal. My monitor just went off. My monitor's feeling neglected, I guess. A bit rambly this one, and I do apologize, but I guess what I'm ultimately trying to say is thank you for believing in me. And thank you for helping me believe in myself. That's ultimately what this is. And I hope that you find the power to believe in yourself. I hope that you're able to do all of the things that you've done for me for yourself. I don't want you to think that I ever take you for granted. Because who knows? You know? You changed my life. You saved my life. You saved my life. And it's no small thing. Even if I'm never going to meet you, know that you did that for somebody. And I wish there were any way I could do the same for you. I made a promise to Mariana, and I'm going to promise it to you that I'm never going to kill myself. I'm never going to do it. I can say that so matter-of-factly now. I'm never going to do it. Never. And I hope you realize that you're a part of that. You're a part of why I can say that. And you deserve to be happy. We both do. Just let's have a little faith in ourselves. It's harder than it sounds, but it's easier than it sounds. I mean, look at Harley. He believes in me. he do you? Maybe one day we'll both have it as easy as this guy. Right, mister? He's a big slug. He doesn't respond to anything. Harley, look. Nothing. One day life will be as easy as that for all of us. I believe in you. So thank you for watching, and don't forget that you helped me. All right, Harley? He helps me too. It's very comforting to have him around, even if he does ignore me. Well, I'll see you next week. And I hope it's a good one. I'm actually going to be taking a mini vacation of sorts. Me and Mariana, this was the vacation Mariana and I had planned after I got out of the hospital. We were going to take one immediately, but work got in the way and things spiraled out of control, and one thing led to another. But now we finally have the time to set aside and go on a vacation to Morro Bay, which I've never been to. So I'm very excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I'll share some photos with you, because these videos aren't nearly boring enough, right? But no, I'll see you next time. And hopefully I'll have something a little more structured. Take care.